some of those that burn crosses are the same that hold office. And some of those that burn crosses are the same that hold office. And they're killing in the name of. And they're killing in the name of.
Making a tank top inspired by this. Yay, finished.
Tutorial number 3: How to use soda containers. Idea number 1: sew them to your clothes. Idea number 2: turn them into jewelry. Idea number 3: make chains out of them. Idea number 4: make a bracelet belt by pleating.
Cross necklace out of soda tabs. Go on a quest and get some tabs. Once you've searched 7 chests at Risky Reels and collected 6 tabs, put them on a card or something and flip them all to the folded side. Then hot or super glue in whatever order you want. Just layer them so they support each other. Once it dries, I painted it with acrylic paint and have a little cross that I put in the middle. Then I used a safety pin as a jump ring and connected it to the chain I'm using for a necklace. Pretty simple DIY, and it should come out something like this. It's really cool. Really anything is possible with tabs, but the weight that the cross holes in my life is why I made a cross. I love y'all in Jesus' name.
Tanks wade through iris fields, revenge the curse. Now I'm spinning, hands in the air, standing there. Now I'm crying, you're almost there. Do you care? You stay aware. I wash my hands. Do you care? Believe we can stay aware. Good things if you see you in me.
Shed your skin! Find a better body to fit in! I've lost track of all the times you betrayed. I've lost faith in the friendships I have made. Track you down and put you in your place. Shed your skin, change your face. Shed your skin.
3 ways to up your style. 1. Wallet chains. You can make these out of any old necklace with the already existing closure on one side and a strong safety pin on the other. It adds some cool texture to your pants. 2. DIY. I make lots of videos on DIY, but it really is the cheat code, and it's ethical. You might be one cut away from a perfectly fitting shirt. 3. Don't be afraid to experiment with different fitting jeans. I'm sure you found one cut you like, but it's always good to try different stuff because I thought I only looked good in baggy pants, but I tried some slimmer bootcut jeans and loved them. And then I even DIY'd some skinny jeans. I try to do everything that I do for the glory of God, so sometimes that means getting out of your comfort zone and trying to progress. Thank you God, and thank you guys for 100K. I love y'all and Jesus loves you too.
Tylko jedno w głowie mam, koksu 5 gram, odlecieć sam w krainę zapomnienia.
Echoes of reggae coming through my bedroom wall. How a party up next door, but I'm sitting here all alone. 2 lovers in the bedroom, and the other started to shine. Believe me when I tell you, you're the queen of my heart. Please don't deceive me when I hurt you. Just ain't the way it seems. She looks at me, it's not your fault. You can't compare. I am through with this, but if you insist, then the next time she's mine. Guys don't like me, these guys, they don't like me, these guys don't like me cause they're girlfriends. Guys don't like me, these guys, they don't like me, these guys don't like me cause they're girlfriends.
How to make your own wrist cuffs. People think this is really hard, but it's actually super simple. and you can do it in about an hour. You start by cutting an old belt, a little bit longer than your favorite bracelet. Try it on, and mark where the stud should be. I started by putting a cross in the center here. I just used some strong jewelry wire to attach it tightly. Then, starting from the edge of the cross, I put studs along the center. You can buy these in so many places online or even make them yourself. And then the same thing on the opposite side. With the same wire, I then just attach this old chain to the top sides and the bottom. It might take some trial and error, or even moving some stuff around, but it should come out looking something like this. It might not be perfect, but that's what gives it character. DIY is cool, and it's not as hard as you think, so if you have a little free time, make something cool. Love y'all, and God bless.
How to take a plain, normal, boring ass shirt and make it super sick. Welcome to Alt DIY Classroom, the show where I teach you cool alternative stuff. Today we're going to be cutting this shirt out so it has a nice skeleton design on the back. This shirt was also only $3 from the thrift store. You're going to want to start by folding your shirt in half. Then take your handy dandy scissors and cut down the spine. Once you've cut out the spine, you'll be left with something like this. Next, you're going to want to make random cuts on both sides. Once you've cut out all of your holes, you got to stretch them out. And once that's all done, you'll be left with a shirt like this. Obviously this would look a lot better if I had back tattoos, so tattoo artists, feel free to hit me up. But that's how you make a skeleton shirt. Thanks for watching this episode of Alt DIY Classroom.
Did you know that you only need 4 things to serve Let's do it. First thing you need, gel eyeliner. You just slap this bad boy on your waterline. I like it like right there. And now you're gonna trace your egg yourself, like this, like that. Now trace edge of your top lid, and you can just use your finger and blend it out. If your eyeliner gel is smudge proof, you can use eyeshadow. Now curl your lashes. Now for the mascara, you're gonna use a lot of it. Kind of make them connect together. And if you like it, hit your bottom lashes. Now get any highlight. All you need to do, boop, boop, boop. That's all I do. And that's about it. See ya.
Alt DIY Classroom. Today's lesson, painting designs onto shirts. Here's what you're gonna need. Your shirt, some paint brushes, a piece of cardboard, and your paint. I'll be using acrylic paint, but you guys should probably use fabric paint. Start by laying out your shirt on your work surface. Once you've done that, take your cardboard and shove it in the hole. Then you're going to draw your design. Once we've drawn out our design, we're going to paint in between the lines. This will be a really hard part if you're a business major. I can't be bothered to find an audio for this part, so I'm simply going to hum a tune. And then once you're done, you'll be left with your very own super sick shirt. Make sure you follow for more episodes of Alt DIY Classroom.
Here is how you make a wrist cuff out of your old Converse. I skated these a ton and got a hole in the side, so I don't really skate them any longer. I saw a video on TikTok on how to upcycle them, so I decided to do it and show you guys how as well. You start by cutting along these edges here. Make sure you do both sides. You're kind of just cutting out the part where the laces go. You can get a rough outline and then refine it once it's separated from the shoe. Then you want to grab the laces on each side and put them through the opposite eyelets. After that, bend it into a bracelet shape and do the same on the other side. You should have this X shape by now. Then just put it on your wrists and tie the laces into a simple knot. You can tuck the excess in or just cut it, and then bang, you did it. I know I post mostly skate content, but a lot of you guys were asking about accessories and stuff, so I decided to teach all of you how to make something cool. You might be able to use other shoes as well. I haven't really experimented. Go make something cool.
Fucking on these hoes, swagging on these hoes. Lot of niggas try me, cat is gonna blow. I'm nutting on these hoes.
let's make my Walmart Nirvana shirt feel a little less Walmart, because I don't want to look like everyone's sister who only knows come as you are. I'm starting by stretching the graphic. It already came pre-distressed, but something was definitely off. Then I'm cutting off the sleeves and the hem, because there's only one temperature outside right now, and it's the lake of fire. After that, I'm going to paint and bleach around the text and main graphic to spice it up and make it look a little cooler. And finally, I'm adding some studs below the collar and a few studs on the collar. And after some small adjustments, it came out like this. I actually really like it. Considering I only spent $3 on clearance, this is a pretty good upcycle. And now it's not so basic. Go make something cool. Love y'all, and Jesus loves you too. Random junk around your house can turn into a cuff, so let's make it. Start by cutting a long sock into cuff length, then go on a scavenger hunt and get some soda tabs. With the tabs, to put them in a line on the cuff using jewelry wire. You could also sew it if you don't have access to wire. Just thread it through the fabric and then around the tab multiple times. Underneath, I used some safety pins to make little crosses along the bottom. This step is optional because not everyone has access, but I also put some studs in the little holes on each tab. Lastly, I went around the edges with a lighter. Just make sure you don't burn yourself.
Sugar, I freaking got my thumb, bro.
This one has a lot of variety, but if you do everything kind of similar, it should come out something like this. I think it looks sick. Soda tabs are always cool in DIYs. Just like we can turn this trash into something good, God can take us no matter where we are and redeem us. Love y'all, and Jesus loves you too.
DIY cheap alt clothing.
Where the fuck is
Leather
Mario
and
Judah?
safety pins. Cut, cut, cut.
Every rock star!
Burn ends if you want.
I'm Mr. Range!
Place pins on both
I'm
sleeves.
Mr. Range! I'm 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 Mr. Range! I miss the things we had. I remember it all. I never said that I was sad.
DIY and belt. Drawings on cardboard cuts. Glue them onto the foil, both ways. Glue the anks on a chain or leather belt. Results. Make my jeans cooler with me.
Alt DIY Classroom. Today's lesson, DIY Tripp pants. As per usual, here are the timestamps. This entire project cost me less than $20. Here's what you're gonna need. A belt, a long string, camera straps or bag straps, and some cool baggy cargo pants. You're also gonna need some scissors and something to sew with, but I'll mine off camera for that. Step 1, grab your pants and your string. Cut a hole on the inside of the pants, right behind the button. Feed your string through that hole all the way around. Once you finish that tedious process, it's time for step 2. Step 2, get your belt and put it around your leg until it fits nice and loose. For me, it's like right there. Now take your handy dandy scissors and cut where you marked. Once you've cut it to size, sew it onto your pant leg. The last step is really simple. You see these two photography straps? On the belt straps either side of the button, connect your photography straps to those, one for each side. Then flip your pants around and connect these straps to the middle belt loop in the back. And when you're done, you'll end up with something like this. Let's try it on. While I think these are super cool, there's still more stuff I want to do to them. I want to add more belts, I want to add more studs, and maybe want to add like a vinyl design or something to the side. But if you guys want to see that, please let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.
You've got to press it on you. You just think it. That's what you do, baby. Hold it down there. Jump with the moment, move it. Jump back and forth and feel like you were there yourself. Work it out.
Alt DIY classroom. Today's lesson, DIY belts? We're literally making a belt from scratch. Here's what you're gonna need. A piece of 1.5 inch wide by however long leather. Some spikes or rivets to hold your buckle in. A mini punch set so you can make the holes for your belt. And last but certainly not least, your buckle. This is a vintage buckle of a Les Paul with 3 pickups. And I think that is super wicked. I managed to find this thing on Marketplace for 25 bucks. You're gonna wanna start by taking your leather and trying it on. Now, in most cases, your leather is gonna be a little bit too long, but luckily for me, this is the perfect size. Once you're all sized up, take the end of your belt and mark about 3 inches down and give it a fold, just like this. That's where your buckle's gonna sit. Once you've done that, we're gonna take our puncher tool and punch 2 holes right on top of each other. You can always do more if you wanna add a little bit more flair to it, but I usually just do 2. Now, when going about punching the holes, there's probably a correct way to do it and the way that I do it. I start by taking my tool and pushing in to leave a mark, just like that. I then push my tool in again and twist around in circles until I make a hole. Now, somebody who works with leather will probably tell you this is the wrong way to do it, and that's totally fine because I'm not a leather worker, I'm an influencer. Once you've successfully made your holes, place your belt loop between them. Then stick the screw for your stud or rivet through both the holes. Now, if you ever thought you'd be better at turning a screw than me, I'll have you know that I do this for my life. Once you've screwed them in, your buckle will be held in place. And now it's time to make the hole that our buckle goes through. You're gonna wanna put your belt on just like this. Then pull it until it's nice and tight. Not too tight, also not too loose. You're then going to push to make a dent with your buckle. We're then gonna take our hole punch one last time and drive it through that dented spot. Now there's only one last step. See this little piece here? It looks ridiculous. Simply grab your handy dandy scissors and cut your belt so none of that garbage shows. And there you guys have it. That's how you make your very own DIY belt. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, or follow. Thanks for watching this episode of
And she doesn't give a damn about me. 'Cause I'm just a teenage dirtbag baby. Yeah, I'm just a teenage dirtbag baby. Listen to Iron Maiden, baby. Will you be? Our boyfriend's a dick. He brings a gun to school and he'd simply kick my ass if he knew the truth. He lives on my block and he drives an IROC, but he doesn't know who I am. There's an endless stream of passion built in hundreds of bugs. If you love the stench of, just wait till you smell our rugs. 'Cause people barf and piss and come on their butts. Fun and when they do, I get the going clean it up. What? Hypodermic needles left all over the place, and our rats have grown immune to being sprayed by me. So I gotta take my knife and stab them all in the face, and now they treat me like they're clean because I'm covered in rat blood. Medical and hotel of my dreams. Disgusting as ugliest building that I've ever seen. And I get to clean it up.
Nifty, what are you doing?
Help me!
Can you help differently?
Okay! ホテルは本当にとても素敵です。チャリはとても優しいです。彼女は成功すると信じています。
Here's proof that you don't have to buy from Shein, part 1. Starting off with the soda tab necklace. First get 6 soda tabs and color them black with a Sharpie. Once you're done with that, let them dry a bit and flip all of them around and hot glue your first 4 like this. Then I glued the 5th tab under and glued the last one over the 5th. Then flip it back around and add any charms that you like. I'm gonna put a little disclaimer in the caption about this necklace so we can move on to the second DIY. Now grab any monster can and look for a smaller logo in the back. You want to cut it out and save some space on the top to poke a hole through with a needle. Please be careful when doing this. Then grab a jump ring that's smaller than what I'm showing and place it through the hole. What other DIYs do you want to see me do next? Let me know in the comments. Bye!
I am gross and perverted. I'm obsessed and deranged. I have existed for years, but very little has changed.
It's really funny to me when people ask where I got this hoodie. Cause like, bro. Like, come on now. Come on.
How to take a plain, normal, boring hoodie and turn it into a super sick custom. Welcome to Alt DIY Classroom, the show where I teach you cool alternative stuff. Today we're gonna make this hoodie. Here's what you're gonna need. Some pins, some fabric dye, an airbrush or spray bottle, a pair of handy dandy scissors, a sewing machine, or you can hand sew, and your hoodie. To start this off, we're gonna take the center seam of our sweater and then pin down towards our body until we reach our desired shape. For me, that looks like this. We're gonna start by creating a small dot where you want it to start coming in. Then you're going to draw a circular line going down, however many inches your pins were on your sweater. Once we've drawn our lines, we're gonna stitch both sides very crudely and try it on to make sure it fits. Once we're happy with the fit, we can go over it with a zigzag stitch. After that, it's time to start distressing.
Vampy from the future here. This took a really long time. 2 days actually.
Once we've finished coloring our hoodie, it's time to add the final part. Because no hoodie's complete without a cool zipper. Simply take your charm and attach it to the sweater. And that's... Alt DIY Classroom. Today's lesson, DIY band tees. Here's what you're gonna need. A plain shirt, a pair of handy dandy scissors, a pack of heat transfer paper from your local craft store, an iron, a picture of your favorite band. Start by taking your handy dandy scissors and your picture, and then cut around. Once we've cut it to size, we can hit the floor. I'll let that one sink in. Once you've lined up your print on your shirt, take your parchment paper and lay it out over top of that print. This is really important. If you don't do this, it's going to burn. Then you're gonna take your iron and you're gonna iron it on. And now I have a super sick DIY made at home band shirt that I can wear whenever I want. And each one of these costs no more than like $8.
Upcycle this shirt with me. This is just a shirt I got from the dollar store. First thing I did was take the tag out because it was bothering me. got my seam ripper, and took the stitches on the tag out. Fuck tags. All my homies hate tags. Cutting off the sleeves because they're loose. And I think they look awkward on me. I don't have fabric scissors, so I was struggling. I leave the hem when cutting sleeves off, so it's less likely to rip or stretch later. Saving the sleeves so I can use the fabric for patches on another project. I want to crop this shirt, so I'm just overlapping an already cropped shirt for reference and marking that down. Then I draw a line across to make it easier to cut it straight. This took way longer than it should have. Good God, just buy yourself fabric scissors instead of craft scissors you've had for 10 years. I'm going to keep this fabric too. I hate wasting things, so I try to reuse things when possible. Now that it fits me better, I'm going to paint on a design like I did last time. Found this design on Pinterest, and luckily there was a link to the artist so I can give them credit. I was on call with my friend, so I didn't record me cutting out the design or painting it. Oh my God, I had such a hard time taking off this stencil. I have never had the paper stick to the fabric this much. But here it is after removing the stencil. Then I went in and cleaned up the lines. And we're done. I think it turned out pretty cute. Thanks for watching.
Hello you fruit bats, let's make a bat hoodie. And for this project, first you're going to want to make a bat wing pattern and use a fabric that preferably has a 4-way stretch, fold it in half, then pin it together and cut it out. And I'm personally using a zigzag stitch all around the edges, preferably having half the stitch fall off and half of it go in. And then from each corner, we're going to go to the bat wing into the corner, and we're going to repeat that for all 3 spikes. And then you're going to want to cut along your hoodie line and then pin it together and stitch that just as a secure stitch. This isn't like the closing stitch. And then start from the armpit to the end so it does not like get too much on the arm or on the stomach. And now we're going to sandwich it all in together with all the good stuff in and the bad stuff out, and then you're going to stitch that again starting from the armpit down. Preferably you want to separate the arm first, then do the stomach, just so it's stitched easier. And now we're going to do ears, so you're going to want to mark where it is. Use some whatever fabric you got. I just kind of made a random bat pattern and got this plastic I had from another, just some scraps I had. And then you're going to cut that out and carefully pull it in. Make sure to mark and cut where you want your ears, and then you're just going to sandwich it together, sewing from the bat side out, and now you have a bat hoodie. And this is just kind of a base. You could do a lot more with this if you wanted to, and definitely recommend using a fabric that has a 4-way stretch so you can move properly. And for a more in-depth tutorial of this, I have a video on my YouTube, so you can check that out if you want. And I hope you all have a good day. Bye-bye.
Smell the legacy, I'm standing in supremacy. Got bitches trying to come for me. All on me now, I'm gonna make them go. Hello, hello, is anyone home? Hello, hello, just pick up the phone.
Tis some for watching.
same 5 songs, the same 5 songs. The radio station, they play the same 5 songs.
I think I saw you in my sleep, darling. I think I saw you in my dreams. You were stitching up the seams on every broken promise that your body couldn't keep. I think I saw you in my sleep. Oh, I think I saw you in my sleep, darling. I think I saw you in my dreams. You were stitching up the seams on
Alt DIY Classroom. Today's lesson, DIY earrings. Here's what you're gonna need. A pendant, a bag of jump rings from your local craft store, and some earrings to use as a base. Step 1, get 2 jump rings. They're really small, so you can't see them. One just fell on the floor. You're gonna wanna take one of them and split it in half, so just pull it apart with your fingers. With the one that you split in half, make sure that you connect your little pendant that you're gonna put on it to that one that's open. To close the jump ring, you wanna push it back together until you hear a click. Once you've connected your pendant onto the jump ring, it should look like this. Your next step is going to be to clip the unopened jump ring onto your earrings, which once you're done should look like this. Then once that's done, you can put it back in your ear, and boom. Now you have custom earrings just like me. Yippee!
How to make our own spikes. First, sharpen a pen. Cut the top. You can always reuse the pen. Paint in a color you like. Glue them on.
This is how I make my denim skirts. You're gonna start off with a pair of jeans and mark how short you want it to be, and then cut along that line. It should look something like this. Save the rest of the pants for later and cut out the thick stitching that's on the side of the jeans and save that for later. Then with the rest of that, you're gonna cut out strips and then fold them over to make pleats, like this. Once everything is pinned, I sew a straight stitch along the top of the pleats to hold them together, and I iron them down so it's easier to sew onto the skirt. I then do a zigzag stitch to sew them on. I also like to do a smaller layer of pleats, and you just repeat the steps to do that. With the thick stitching you cut out before, you're gonna pin it over top of your seam line and then sew it on. Doing this just ties it all together, and it also hides any messy seam lines. I then decorate it by putting a lace trim and some studs and some ribbon bows. I just use the same materials on the back but in a different order. And then it looks a little something like this.
Alt DIY Classroom. Today's lesson, how to layer belts. Here's what you're gonna need. Your base belt to hold your pants up, an old studded belt for drip, a Hello Kitty belt for, you guessed it, drip, and one of these belts because they look really cool. To start this off, we're gonna put our base belt on through all the loops. Now we can be sure our pants won't fall down. Next, we're gonna grab a studded belt and put it through one back hole and one front hole. Then you're gonna pull the buckle all the way around to the side, just like that. Next, we're gonna grab our Hello Kitty belt, but we're gonna have the logo upside down. You only wanna go through one hole for this one. Then you're gonna bring it around to the front and sweep it up from the bottom. This looks ridiculous. Next it's time for this belt. I would use my real one, but the algorithm would get mad at me. You don't want this one to go through any of the holes at all, instead feed it through the other belts. And once you're all done, you'll look absolutely ridiculous. Truly, I don't get why this is a trend. Having one belt looks way cleaner. Thank you for watching this episode of...
Made me feel incredibly nice. I'm a nice guy. Look for ice spice. Where you at? Hit me up anytime. Chronically on wine. When I'm punching in, I'm hitting the beat like I'm wasting no time. Bitches are dime. All the things that I like about you with the clock for the side. Emo, bitch, I cut and I cry every single night. Cup on my eye. I do not say aside. Do I don't die. Fluently flicking the mic. Tearing the mic inside out. I'm looking like white. I say breaking every neck when I pop out. Mike and Ike. It's a candy. Alt DIY classroom. Today's lesson, a super easy DIY with pins. Here's what you're gonna need. A pair of handy dandy scissors, some pins, and a shirt. To start this off, grab your shirt and your handy dandy scissors and cut the sleeve off. Once you've cut your sleeve off, begin sticking them around the cut off sleeve. You want this to look like you're sewing the sleeve back on, but with your pins. Once you've finished up one sleeve, move on to the other one. And once you're done, you'll be left with a shirt that looks super cool. Almost like we sewed the sleeves back on with safety pins. I hope this helps all you little baby alts out there, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching this episode of...
Breathe out so I can breathe you in. Hold you in. And now I know you've always been out of your head, out of my head, I say.
Dyeing stuff off Shine Temu to prove that dye is always an option. Today's victim. Things you may need. Fabric, scissors and pliers, studs, spikes, peen, stuff to sew with, fasteners, and any other stuff to decorate with. Start by cutting the pieces of fabric and measuring them, cutting holes, and adding spikes greater than underscore. On a second one, I added studs to it. Finally, on a third one, I sewed on a chain. So. The cuffs so far, 3. Finally, add the fasteners to them. Final results.
Now I will tell you what I've done for you. 50,000 tears I've cried, screaming, deceiving, and bleeding for you. And you still won't hear me. Don't want your hand this time, I'll save myself. Maybe I'll wake up for once, not tormented, daily defeated by you. Just when I thought I'd
3 easiest DIYs. 1. This energy drink ring. I just cut off both the logos, glued it into a ring shape, glued on the small logo, and glued around the edges so I didn't cut myself. This took me like 12 minutes and it's swag. 2. Soda tab heart necklace. You literally just glue together the soda tabs. I put a cross on mine and then just use the chain from an old necklace. 2-minute DIY, but meaningful. 3. Fingerless glove. Technically, you just cut up an old sock and you're done. But I decided to put some studs on mine and connect a chain with safety pins. Even with the extra stuff, this took me only like 14 minutes and it came out pretty nice. With all these projects, you can switch out each of the materials to make it your own. And that reminded me how God doesn't waste what you already have. Sometimes he takes scraps and flips them into strength. I love y'all and Jesus loves you too.
Girls kiss other girls, and no one bats an eye. But when I kiss my homies goodnight, society calls me gay.
DIY is easy. Let's make a fingerless glove. Start by cutting the ankle part off of a long sock. Then cut a thumb and little finger hole. I also distressed all over it with a knife to give it a ripped tights look. This is really good to decompress if you're sad or mad. Cut the holes less than you think you need to because they stretch when you put it on. This is optional, but I also put studs on there. You can use a bent fork to poke the holes. Then I used a safety pin and used it to connect this hard jewelry pendant. This literally took me like 10 minutes and it came out like this. I'm super happy with it. It can definitely bring a different vibe to your fit. Remember, DIY, thrifting, and ethical shops exist. There's never a good excuse for fast fashion. Gatekeeping is lame, but child exploitation is something I can't support, especially as someone who says they're alternative and Christian. I love y'all and Jesus loves you too.
Alt DIY classroom. Today's lesson: how to star lace your boots. Here's what you're gonna need: a boot with no lace and a lace. I'll be using a white lace for this tutorial, but that's only so you guys can see what I'm doing. To begin this tutorial, make sure both of your lengths are even. You're then gonna count up to the 4th hole and bar across. You're then gonna forget about one side. With the other side, we're gonna go underneath, down to the bottom, pull it tight, go across, in through the opposite 4th hole, pull it tight, go underneath to the bottom hole again, pull it tight, up and across, in through the 4th hole, pull it tight, and you should be left with something like this. With the remainder of your first lace, you're going to count up 2 holes, go through, bar across, pull it tight, out through the hole above it, and move on to your second lace. We're going to go underneath everything, out through the bottom hole, then go over, over, under, over. And then the same thing on the way back down. When you get to the bottom, you're going to push it through the bottom hole, then wrap around all the way back up to the second hole from the top, then pull it all tight, in through both sides on the top holes, attach the bunny around the tree, and you're done. Hopefully you found this lesson nice and informative. I will now change my lace color back to black. Thank you for watching this episode of...
Let's make my own Tripp pants at home, because $150 is crazy. I started by dyeing these old No Boundaries cargo pants black. You just fill a bucket up with warm water, put some salt and soap in it, pour your dye in there, and let the pants sit. I kept these in for 3 hours. After they soaked in the dye, I took them out and sprayed them with the water hose. After you wash out the excess dye, throw them in the dryer. And they're black. Make sure you use gloves though, because my hands are also black. Then to start customizing them, I grabbed this thing of studs from Hobby Lobby, and put some on the belt loops. The next thing I have is this lanyard from Five Below. I cut it in half so I can attach it to the pants. Attaching it is easy. I just use some safety pins, putting one end on the belt loop and the other on the pocket. Then I grabbed this chain that I bought at Walmart and put it through the belt loops as well. Then, with another chain, I attached these to the pockets with safety pins and little metal connectors. And then the same thing on the other side. And then, bam. Here's the pants. I love them. The dye wasn't perfect, but not everything can be perfect. I don't have any ideas for what to do for the back, so y'all let me know. Love y'all. God bless.
Don't telegraph your passes, you'll end up with molasses, cauterizing syrup and molasses. And I'm checking out the assets that attract us to anything that moves. We're deep inside the grooves, and it's time to shake the ration, 'cause someone's gonna cash in. The plot it turns again, the reference starts.
Cheap Goth DIY tips and tricks part whatever. This hairstyle's so sick. I don't have the money to get my hair done though. Go get yourself some box dye and some celery sticks. Stamp them in your dye. In this case, I'm using paint. And give yourself a little bit of leopard spots. You can do this too. You could always have some brown paint and put it in there. It's so easy. Yeah. Oh, you love this? This is thousands of dollars? It's not. You need some tights, some scissors, and a skinny heel. It doesn't even have to be skinny. Just get this part around the heel. You're gonna stick the shoe at the very bottom of the tights where the foot is, obviously. And then you're gonna take some scissors and you're gonna cut that and pull it up. My cat just knocked that over. Thank you. It will look like this. You could even leave it, but I like to do this because of the grip. Repeat on the other side. They're a little annoying to put on. You just roll down your stocking, slip your foot in. I layered it with some fishnets to give it that look like the photo, but shit's cool. This is another kind of obvious one, but I think it's so obvious that people forget about it. Safety pins. This skirt has 1,600 safety pins in it, and it's not a skirt. I had extra pleather and I chopped it, folded it, wrapped it around me, and its hem is held up by the safety pins that are in it. It's just a scrap of fabric. Just go, if you get like from eBay a bunch of safety pins, go insane. Watch a really good TV show, get off your phone, and just safety pin them. Some people put glue in the clasp so they don't poke you. I leave it. I like to live life on the edge. Yes, one. But people forget. Paint. Paint on your things. Samantha, I don't know what paint to get for like fabric and da-da-da-da. Who gives a shit? Go get acrylic paint. Go get whatever paint you want and paint. Oh, it's gonna trip? Who gives a shit? We gotta stop caring. We gotta stop caring. Just go and paint. Samantha, I can't paint. Me either. My fiance used to tattoo. I was like, hey, these are the things I want. And he sketched it on top and I painted over it. Samantha, I don't have a fiance who used to tattoo. Oh my God, go to the public library. Print out stencils of all these fun things. Oh, Samantha, I don't want to do that. Oh, take your laptop, put a piece of paper over it, and trace on top of the paper, cut it out, and make a stencil. We can do this. Listen here, my beautiful little baby bats. Goth is DIY. You are so capable. You are capable of anything and everything. You can do these very easy tips and tricks. Goth is DIY. Remember that. And I own a clothing line. You never have to buy from me if you don't want to. If you tag me and you're safety pinning and studding and painting, I'm so stoked. You got this. Stop saying you can't. Words are magic. You can. Okay. I love you.